Greetings, YouTubers, and welcome to my 73rd TTM video. TTM stands for Through the Mail. We send out autograph requests to famous people and hope that they send our stuff back, preferably signed would be the best way. Today I will share one TTM that I've received in the last month. Couple shout-outs. The winner of the 1988 Topps baseball card set, finally down to the last two sets. 3 goodbyes to 2 great athletes and 1 true American hero, and also a VR, video response for the card closet. I believe his contest ends today, so wanted to get in on that. It's been a while, been over a month since I did my last video. That's because I was the lucky recipient of COVID. One of my sons brought it home from school. He had it and was kind enough to eventually share it with me, and then we shared it with my wife, his mother. His other brothers, luckily, didn't get it. It did wear me down. I could barely watch a video before getting so tired, and occasionally I could binge watch and then get real tired. So I apologize for missing a lot of videos. Hope nobody's mad at me. And I hope you enjoy this video as well. I'm going to start off with 3 goodbyes today. First is to a former quarterback. That's Mr. Marlon Briscoe. He was the first African-American quarterback in the American Football League, there with the Denver Broncos. He went on to the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins, where he was a wide receiver, and played on Miami's 1972 championship team that went undefeated. So, rest in peace, Mr. Briscoe. Second one is an NFL Hall of Famer, was a great TTMer, $5, and that was Mr. Hugh McElhaney. He lived out in Nevada, just outside Las Vegas, and he was a great TTMer until he got sick and recently passed away the last couple of weeks, so rest in peace, Mr. McElhaney. And finally, this one I got in the mail. He lived in West Virginia, was a recipient of the nation's highest military award, the Medal of Honor, for his actions at the Battle of Iwo Jima. He's also on my wall in the back there when he was doing a coin flip for the Patriots-Eagles game. That's Mr. Herschel Woody Williams, native of West Virginia, recipient of the Medal of Honor. He served in the Marines and signed this when I mailed it to him about 2 years ago, actually, when I first started. He was one of the early ones. So rest in peace, Mr. Williams. You're a true hero, and I thank you for your service and also the freedom that I have. All right, first we'll show another one. I'll show you was a fan pack I finally received. I've sent out tons, and they don't even respond. They used to respond all the time as a kid. Boy, you get some great stuff now. Just cheap. They raise the prices on tickets, and they don't send you anything. Got something from the New York Islanders hockey team. They sent me this folder. You open it up, and, it's good for papers and stuff and all that. So that was, better than nothing. They also sent me this photograph, this card. Matthew Barzal. Maybe a little signed picture there, so can't complain. It's better than what I got from the New York Rangers and the New Jersey Devils, which was nothing. Same with a lot of other teams. All right, let's get to some shout-outs. First one is to John Burgess, the autograph Fisherman. And there you go, a little fishing activity. Put right down there. I shout him out because way back when, it's been a while, I won some autographed cards that he donated to the Raz for Stix G. A lot of people run it, so many of you know what I'm talking about. And he was nice enough to send this note to you, Ed. Congrats on your win in Stix G's live stream. Thank you for supporting it. Hope you enjoy these autographs. Take care. John Burgess, autograph Fisherman. I will, and I have, and will always enjoy it because I got autographed cards. I got Dave Taylor, wearing that Kings uni. Mr. Dave Andrechuk with Buffalo. Dave Andrechuk of Buffalo. Got Dave Andrechuk with the Buffalo Sabres there, getting mauled by somebody on Minnesota, or Dallas, whatever it was. And Dave Andrechuk. Cool. And nice pro set with Dave Andrechuk there in a Buffalo uni. And we got a Dave Taylor there with the Kings playing the Red Wings. And a nice Dave Andrechuk with the Leafs. And Gordy Roberts with the Blues. So this has really increased my autograph collection. I thank you so much, John. If you haven't checked out his channel, check it out, because he has got a great channel. My hockey knowledge is vastly improved thanks to John B. Next one is from the Card Wolf. Now, if you don't know CW, where have you been? If you don't know John Burgess, where have you been? He had a contest. Well, not a contest, he had a giveaway. And he's always giving away stuff. And it was cards. He bought this massive album of cards and decided what you like, you can have. Just email him. So I said, hey, I'll take anything. You know, I like the Will Clark cards. I like anybody with the Mets, Yankees. Anybody that doesn't want those, I'm in. And CW hooked me up. He also was going to have a yard sale, and he had some albums he was going to get rid of and sell. And he had a couple of Elvis albums. Now, he's not an Elvis fan, but I am. So I said, he's like, if anybody wants them, let me know. And I said, yeah, I'll take them. And he sent them over, shipped them. Incredible. And a little note from CW. So glad to have these albums go to a good home. I hope you enjoy the cards as well. I may have thrown in a few surprises. Enjoy CW. Yeah, he did throw in a couple surprises. I didn't expect some of those cards, but my goodness, CW, you are something else, man, in a good way. Trust me. You are really a gentleman. I call him the Bob Ross of the card community because he sounds like Bob Ross, relaxing. Here's some of the Will Clark cards up here. Very nice. Got him with the Giants, the Rangers there. Got a Todd Hundley in the middle. On the bottom there, we got Johnny Olerud, good TTM card. We got Bobby Bonilla. Got one of the best agents ever. He's still getting paid. I think he gets paid tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Him and Ken Griffey Jr. are still getting paid by the Reds. They're two of the best agents around. Then we got Yankees. He hooked me up. Donnie Baseball. Hall of Famer Tim Raines. I got a Wade Boggs. Nice. And then he shocked me. Look at these. This is a Tom Tresh card from 1963. There's Thurman Munson from 74 and Jerry Koosman from 69. Wow. I didn't expect those at all. Beautiful. I got Darryl Strawberries. Brett Saberhagen. He does TTM as well. So, CW, I can't thank you enough. And here are the albums he's so kind enough to give me. Got a little GI Blues with the King. Elvis on Stage, February 1970. Yeah, little Elvis, Raised on Rock in his jumpsuit. I was only about 5 when Elvis died, so I became a fan, obviously, after he passed on. But CW, John Burgess, you guys, big shout-outs to those two guys. Check them out. They are legends in the community. Now, I only had one TTM. And that was sent over a month ago, just before I got sick. And that was to Mr. Bobby Morgan. Took over a month, came from Oklahoma, and I did donate $25 because it was a baseball. I asked him if he could sign 1952, 1953 NL champs because he was on the Brooklyn Dodgers. And I got the ball back. He signed it. Took care of me, 1952, 1953 NL champs. And he also included on the side Brooklyn Dodgers Hall of Fame, get that in there, inducted 6/12/94. There it is. So, Mr. Morgan, thank you so much. Well worth it. A little bit about Mr. Morgan. Robert Morris Morgan, known as Bobby, was born June 29th, 1926 in Oklahoma City. So, belated happy birthday to Mr. Morgan. He's 96. I think he's $5 for a card. I think he's like 10, maybe 20 for a photo. But 96, God bless you for living that long. So if you want to send to him, get something out there. He played for 2 minor league teams in 1944 before he was drafted into the U.S. Army during World War II. And he served there until 1946 when he was discharged and played mostly in the minor leagues. In 1949, he was named the MVP of the AAA International League when he played with the Montreal Royals, Brooklyn's farm team up there in Canada. He was a AAA All-Star as well that year and won the batting title in 1949, hitting .337 with 112 ribbies. Made his major league debut on April 18, 1950 with the Brooklyn Dodgers. Played in the major leagues from 1950 to 58 with Brooklyn. He was sent down to the minors in 51, came back up in 52. He played on the National League pennant winners 52-53. Played with the Phillies on 2 separate occasions, the St. Louis Cardinals, and concluded his career on the north side of Chicago with the Cubs. He was a utility infielder for the Dodgers and wasn't going to see much playing time with Jackie Robinson at second, Pee Wee Reese at shortstop, Gil Hodges at first base, Billy Cox at short, so a little tough to crack that infield. He played in 3 World Series games, both in 52 and 53. The Yankees won both those series. 1954 with the Phillies was his best season. He had 119 hits, 14 homers, 50 runs batted in, and hit .262. For his career, he was a .233 batter with 53 homers and 217 runs batted in. After his career ended, he managed in the Phillies farm system for a couple seasons, and then became a scout for the Baltimore Orioles, Kansas City Royals, and Minnesota Twins. So thank you, Mr. Morgan, for the great ball that was signed by you. I much appreciate it. 96. God bless him. And now I will announce the winner of the 1988 Topps set. In this box, it's been so long, I have not seen it. Who's going to help me today? Somebody's going to help me today, and that will be Chance. Yes. Golden Knights. He's going to be the watcher today. So, watch on over, Chance. Same box. I'll get a new one eventually. We've got Have You Seen My Baseball? I have not seen a video in a long time, but you're in there. Shaw Racing Collects. Great channel. It's not just racing. And the one and only Collectaholic. So you 3 guys, you got a chance. Shake up the box. Okay. Chance. Watch over there. Put my arm in, and winner is Collectaholic. Well, congratulations. Oops, don't follow me. Well, thank you, Collectaholic, for joining. I'll just shoot me your address. My email will be in the link. Or not in the link. It'll be below in the description. Much sorry about that. So just shoot me an email with your address, and I'll get it out as soon as I can. And last is my VR for the card closet. Eric, great guy, great channel, has a great collection of cards. I'm jealous he's got the 71 baseball set complete. Still working on that myself. The card that got me into collecting, I would say, it was a tough choice, really, because I was 4 in 1976, and my dad brought home some packs, and he was more excited than I was when I opened one. It had a Thurman Munson All-Star card in it, I believe, in 76. But the card that really got me into collecting, not my dad, it was my mother. 1978, I was 6 years old. She was at the mall, and she saw a card store. She's like, let's go in. She was looking around, and she said, what card would you like? I should have said Mickey Mantle's rookie card if I was smart, because it was probably real cheap back then. But no, I said, I don't know. So she said, well, I know the Yankees. She didn't know anybody else, but that's fine. And she said, how about this one? It was a 1961 Yogi Berra card on a cereal box that had been cut out. It was a really good card. I liked it. And I appreciated my mother taking the time out to get this card. And she knew something about Yogi Berra, and then I read about him on the card there. So that got me really into being a collector for baseball cards, football cards, basketball, hockey, Star Wars, anything. I even got Planet of the Apes cards from the original movie with Charlton Heston. I found somewhere I could buy those eventually. So that was the card that got me into it. I still have it. I cherish it because it came from my mother. and it's real important to me. So thanks, Mom, and this is the card that got it all started for me, much to the chagrin of my wife, who says I spend too much buying cards, and I think she's probably right, but it's in my blood. Nothing I can do about it. So, I want to thank everybody. If you've lasted this long for 15 minutes, I appreciate it. Hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully I can get some more videos out, and I sent out some more requests this week. Hope everyone is safe, and hope you all have a happy 4th of July that's coming up. Enjoy the weekend. Hopefully the weather will be good. Be kind to one another. One person at a time is all it takes. And also, save your money. Someday it might be worth something. And tonight, I want to say goodbye to all our people, brothers, sisters, everybody. Puerto Rico. Good night.